And chapter 4, perspective. And this is a great example of perspective. You're way up high looking down at the city that has become engulfed in plant life and a giant tree in the middle of it. It's an interesting story. I'm curious about this one. But yeah, this is a good example of perspective. Look how, like you can tell you're very high up, far away. You have to think about perspective doing shots like this. Any like high angles or low angles or like always, perspective's important. So talks about on the horizon, perspective is a technique that tries to recreate the sense of depth experienced when looking at an object or a scene in real life. Yeah, so you can see like when you're looking at this, you can see this looks like it's closer to you, whereas like this you can tell is like very far away in the background. Even this guy right here is sitting farther away than this guy, and that's perspective. Like the viewer is way back here and the other things are way over here, and there's even different levels like foreground, middle ground, background type of thing. I love the handwriting right here. I used to do that. And so now it starts to actually explain a little bit and go into the nitty-gritty of perspective. So as you can see here, these are simple shapes and they've drawn these perspective lines. Now I don't know if you've been to art classes before, but so let's just take this square or cube shape. To make the illusion that this is a three-dimensional shape, you can't just draw all of these sides all the same. So what you do is you take vanishing points, which are going to be these two, here and here, and then you take one of the corners and draw a line all the way to the vanishing point, and the other line to the other one, and you can do that with this point too, bam, this point too, bam, this point too, bam, this point too, bam, and then up. And this is 2-point vanishing, or 2-point perspective, because there's 2 points. There can be more. There can be 3 points and stuff where like there's a third one up here or something, and instead of the vertical lines just all being perfectly vertical, they're actually going towards that vanishing point up at the top too. I don't mess around with 3-point very much, but I think that's what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. All you artists out there in the comments. But yeah, it talks about the vanishing points and how that's really the key to perspective in like a mathematical way. And here's a good example. You can see it is, it's clear how we're looking at the front of that balloon, and it just gets deeper and deeper as it goes. The buildings are using a vanishing point because all of even these individual windows, if you can see that, they're all vanishing towards, they're converging in the middle. All of these windows and lines and city, they're all converging to the middle vanishing point, which is, back here somewhere. This must be Red Sonja. I love her. I'm gonna have to get her stuff because like, she is just interesting. What's the point of vanishing point here? Oh, this is, okay. The perspective here. Ah, yes, the foreground is up here, background is back here. Now, since this is like, these are curved shapes and stuff, it's, you have to kind of like go by feel and use your intuition for non-straight lines and things. But, so it talks about the 2-point perspective. I kind of covered it already. It's all about just creating depth, the illusion of depth, Spider-Man's here. 3-point perspective, I mentioned it. These are just cool drawings. I love seeing stuff like this. And that is it for chapter 4.